Hey folks, and welcome back. So the last time we played around with this, we actually went with the sharpshooter, which was a little bit more of a sniper mech, and played a little bit differently than some of the other mechs that we've gone through. Actually, there is a second sniper mech, which is called the Reaper, which I felt that since we just did the sharpshooter, that maybe we could go through this one and actually show this one off as well. The weapons are a little bit different, so I haven't really played with this one. I don't really know how it operates, but I'm assuming that since the sabot is the same as far as the secondary weapon you get, that it should pretty much operate the same way as the other one. I'm imagining it looks like it's a little bit smaller, so I'm not 100% certain, but it might be a little bit lighter, might be a little bit faster. You know what? Let's go in and take a look at the mech, because the last time around I was actually trying to, where'd we go? Let's see. This will be one way to do it. No, not that. The last time around it was asking us to, or rather not it was asking us. We were trying to figure out what the special for it was, and what it actually did. The sharpshooter... range, Okay, let's see. Originally, power shot ability greatly increases damage done by all weapons for a very short duration. Okay, then, so that's definitely something that we're going to want to use in combat rather than out of. For some reason, I got the impression that it was more like the Predators, which is a cloak ability, which kind of makes you invisible. Let's take a look at the Reaper, see what we actually have here. Greatly increases accuracy for a short duration. So, again, something we're going to be wanting to do while we're in the middle of a combat scenario rather than outside of it. I'd imagine that power shot would have probably helped me under certain circumstances, but it's something that I'll actually keep in mind for like the next time we go through. Let's go ahead and play. You know what? I'm just gonna click any mode and we'll get whatever it is that we get. I'm hoping that we don't get straight up deathmatch, because I think I do pretty poorly with this in that scenario, but pretty much any of the other missions I think we'd do okay with. I'm kind of leaning towards team deathmatch, but since that's one of 5 options, I seriously doubt that that's what we're gonna get. Might be Siege? Is that what this is? And honestly, I haven't really had a lot of problems with accuracy, especially with the sabot based, with the sniper based combat teams. So. Oh, we actually did get Team Deathmatch. So it may not be that that different from what we've played around with. Yeah, wow. Let's see if I can learn how to talk. What the special ability may not really do that much for us. Okay, so this fires pretty quickly under the right circumstances, and you know what, that accuracy may help. This one may do. Okay, so it is definitely a lighter mech, definitely less health, but that doesn't mean it does less damage. It probably does a little bit more. I'm quite imagining that it does. So we'll see if we can't get in here and find our first bad guy and see what we can do with it. I ain't seeing anybody. Which is kind of silly, honestly. I mean, to go this far into a deathmatch and not have not seen anything. That's just a little silly. So, we were able to do some damage. Doesn't mean we actually killed him. That's kind of bad. Although, his name is a little bit silly. Then again, I think most of the names that you wind up seeing in a lot of free-to-play games tend to be sillier simply because people just want to play and they don't really care what they're called. Alright, let's see if we can't kind of do this a little bit better than we did last time. Alright, he's not still here. Not a big surprise there. That's kind of what I'm asking. Where are you guys? Exactly that. There's like a dozen of us everywhere, and none of you anywhere. Alright, so we got our first kill with this thing. Not too bad. And definitely he's around here somewhere. Let's see if we can't get this other guy down. Wow, that was actually really incredibly good. I'm hoping I can repair before... Yeah, he's in the middle of combat with somebody else, so... There we go, and we got him down. He was a little bit harder for us, but we actually did still get him down. Which is good. So, now we've got ourselves a combat. We are evenly matched. Ow! That was a bad scenario. Kind of got in the middle of a couple of different guys. Really wasn't a whole lot I could do right there. I was hoping that I'd get a little bit of backup, but yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles at that point. And let's see if we can't get some of these guys taken care of from here. Whoops, that wasn't on purpose. Alright, that's what we... Now, I do use these a little bit more combat-y than I should. I should kind of stay out of the matches a little bit more than I do. And I definitely need to repair myself here a little bit. It does look like we have a pretty good fight going on here. Looks like we are pretty evenly matched, which means I'll probably stick around for a second fight and then kind of... Right. That was painful. Got into the middle of a situation with somebody else, and I think he went down, and that kind of left me alone. And this thing is not designed to survive multiple other mechs. It's just not. I have had other mechs that I've been able to do that with, but this one is just not. Just not designed for that kind of a fight. Let's see if I can actually get repaired fast enough to get back into this fight. No, that was bad. Again, pushed an advantage when I shouldn't have, but I did get somebody dead. Still, would have been better had I been able to take two down instead of just the one. Little bit of an ambush going on there. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. We're down by 2. We've only got 3 minutes left, and it looks like that's going to make us down by 3. Right, that actually... I don't think he really saw that coming. Not from me, anyway. I'm pretty certain he had no idea where that was coming from. That was... nice. That was kind of a bad move on my part. But, still. This is a fun little mech. It dies quickly, but it does do some pretty significant damage. I think I like this one a little bit better than the other. The accuracy isn't as big a thing. Ow. The accuracy thing isn't, it's not as big a boon, I think, as the damage might have been. But that said, I don't think it's... I think this thing has so much accuracy to begin with that that's part of the reason why it doesn't matter as much. Gotta get him. Didn't happen. That's kind of unfortunate. There's somebody else. He didn't know what was going on, but there was somebody else who saw me, and it kind of was a bit of a war of attrition. This is kind of weird, though, how, like, when we first joined, there weren't... I don't know if there weren't terribly many of them. Don't know if there weren't terribly many of them, and that's why we didn't see anybody, or if it was just a little bit of a phase. Okay, so he's gone. Wow, that's... Yeah, for straight up damage, I mean, obviously these things aren't... They're definitely a little bit more of a sneak attack mech. It's not something that you should really just kind of rush into the middle of a blitz with. Okay, so let's switch our guns out. I don't think we're going to get too much of a chance to try it out. Okay, so this might even be a little bit better for me as far as what I was looking for. We lost. They won. Oh well. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this again. We'll run another team deathmatch. We'll just leave out of this one, and we'll leave out of this one. Run into another second team deathmatch, and we'll see if we can't do a little bit better with that different primary weapon. Alright, come on. Team match. Yep. Now we do manage to build up a little bit of money here and there. I have been buying like secondary items for the internals and stuff for some of my other mechs. So really doesn't show up a lot. I think the next thing I'm actually going to save for is to try to save for one of the other mechs. The you know, the one with the cloak ability was actually kind of interesting me. And there's one or two other mechs that I'm kind of curious about. So there's not a whole lot of them that I don't have right now, which may turn out to be, you know, kind of a good thing. I don't have every single one. So we are actually going to go through all the ones that I have. Oh, well, that's bad. How exactly does that work? So, that didn't do anything at all. That was... Did I even get any EXP out of it? That was kind of awful. I hate it when you jump into the middle of a match and it's like 30 seconds or 10 seconds left. I think the matchmaking needs to, at like 2-minute warning, needs to just cancel out the ability to log back into it. I mean, I realize that if everybody dumps the game right then, it's gonna... There needs to be... Obviously, there needs to be... excuse me. Some kind of penalty where you like even couldn't log into a match for a little while after a bit if you do that too much. But I really do think that like at 2 minutes, it's really, even maybe 1 minute should just kind of, all right, you know what, this match is locked one way or the other, and don't add anybody new into it, because you put somebody in at 30 seconds or a minute and a half. You put somebody in a minute and a half and it's a close match and somebody kind of drops and they pick up someone else, that would actually work pretty well. But I think when you get down to 30 seconds or 15 seconds, what's the point? You're kind of jumping into the middle of a match where you're like, okay, this is done, but why am I here? And inevitably, you always wind up on the losing side, so it's kind of a foregone conclusion that you're just not going to do terribly well. Alright, so we've got about 7 minutes remaining on this one. This one should be pretty good. Alright. I'm gonna repair because he kind of pushed that, and that's gonna give me an opportunity to keep going where I may not have been able to before. Ow, that was painful. Okay, so yeah, definitely it's not something where that gun may do a little bit less damage than the other one, especially over time. So, but it's also something that I don't have to worry about clicking for each shot. So it's not a semi-automatic, which helps. There's definitely someone over here. Alright. That's somewhat problematic. Whoa! Not what I wanted to see. Okay, so be careful of your map when you're running away to go heal. That's just really, that was really, really dumb on my part. Oy. So, yeah, both primary guns are actually really, really good. I know they have them listed as primary and secondary, but they're basically, those are the primary, the left-hand weapons, and then the right-hand weapon is your secondary fire. Let's see what we can do here without... Ah! No! Yeah, I kind of felt that coming. That was just dumb on my side. Ugh. Wow, man. Talk about finding a way to screw things up for everybody. That went actually pretty well. Whoa. Not good. Not good at all. It's kind of a messy scenario. I got into the middle of the heart of battle when I was trying to just stay out of it. Not stay out of it completely, obviously, but... Alright, so that actually went pretty well. That went better. That went much better. Come on back, Papa. So these mechs are actually really kind of fun for me. That was probably a bad spot to do that at. Where is it? Damn! He had 30 health left. That was stupid. Alright, come on, guys. Did we lose? Really? Right at the very end. Oh, that was painful. That was really painful. It was a good match. Painful match, but a very good match. Ah. There's Starsky. He really likes that particular... And see, like I said, he's got the recruit maxed out. So it just goes to show that that's not a bad little combat thing. And yes, I know I keep repeating that whole thing. But, alright, so that's going to be the end of my trip with the Reaper for right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you later.